जह्न को यात्रा अंतरिक्ष को गला चंद्रयान-3 आज अपराह 2:35 रे चंद्रयान-3 रे सफल उत्क्षेपण होईछि। कक्षपथ रे अवस्थापित हला चंद्रयान
5
प्रक्षेपण जानरू चंद्रयान रो सफल पृथकीकरण ने इसरो पक्षरु घोषणा करा जायछि। चंद्रयान एबे चंद्रपृष्ठ को यात्रा करबा को निर्धारित कक्षपथ रे अवस्थापित होईछि। आंध्र प्रदेश श्रीहरिकोटा स्थित सतीश धवन स्पेस सेंटर रो 2 नंबर लॉन्च पैड रो उत्क्षेपण करा जायछि। चंद्रयान 3 को संगरे नै जायछि इसरो रो बाहुबली रॉकेट लॉन्च व्हीकल मार्क 3 170 × 36,500 वर्ग किलोमीटर परिधि विशिष्ट एलिप्टिकल पार्किंग ऑर्बिट रे यहां को अवस्थापित करिवो। एठारु चंद्र अभिमुखे यात्रा करिवो स्पेस क्राफ्ट। चंद्रयान 2 रो त्रुटि संशोधन होईछि चंद्रयान 3 रे
जो वैज्ञानिकों को रोमांचित करती है।
Before launch, our primary concern was to reach it in the right orbit. Anyway, that concern is now over. Okay, so further concern starts. So further concerns are then we have to slowly raise it to the Earth moon-bound orbit. That will happen in next four burns, which are scheduled. Then, as you know, it has to capture the moon. If it doesn't capture, moon mission is not there. So our calculation, I hope it will all be all right and it will be captured on moon. Then it will be an elliptical orbit. Then it has to be a 100-kilometer circular orbit. That's another 3-4 maneuvers. Then on the designated day, it has to reduce from 100 kilometer to 30 kilometer and then land on the moon precisely, soft landing. So all these regimes are equally critical. I don't think the landing alone is not critical. Every step is critical. So we wait for the next 42 days of work. Please watch us. We will update you on every step what we are going to do, whether it is successful or we have a problem. You will come to know. Thank you.
डॉक्टर सोमनाथ से मेरा सवाल इस चीज को लेकर है कि 4 साल के अंदर आपने अपनी असफलता को सफलता में बदलने की पूरी चेक तैयार की, उसमें आपकी टीम का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है। अगर आप बता सकें कि कैसे इसरो ने इस चीज का रिजॉल्व लिया कि चंद्रयान 3 लॉन्च होगा और किस तरीके से वो मिशन जो है वो आगे बढ़ा, अगर आप टाइमलाइन बता सकें।
ये तो बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है। हमारे 4 वर्ष का काम हम 4 मिनट में बताना है तो बढ़िया कष्ट होगा। तो मैं ये सिर्फ यह कहूंगा कि देयर वाज ए फेलियर फॉर अस। तो व्हाट यू डिसाइडेड, फाइंड आउट व्हाट वेंट रॉन्ग। फर्स्ट स्टेप दैट टुक ऑलमोस्ट 1 year. Second step, what you can do, corrections are required to make it better. Then we looked at what more can go wrong और कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम्स है हिडन रहते हैं उसमें, तो वो सब we brought out through reviews, testing, etc. Then the third year was all testing. We went on so many tests, which was not done last time. And final year was final assembly and preparation. So it was a period of very great reviews, mental agonies, specimens, new equipments were realized, entire design was redone, software re-verified. We brought so many people to review our designs once again. And we did hundreds of tests last 2 years to prove that it is good today to go for launch. So it has been a big journey for the team. I have to congratulate the team sitting here, not me. There is a big team, thousands of people. I think we have to, maybe after this we will introduce them.
Yeah, but I think Somanath is being very modest. It is not a failure. I mean, it would not be fair to say it was a failure, because if you go even statistically, most of the countries have not been able to successfully land in the first attempt. So, going by that comparative analysis, we are statistically better off than all the other countries. Our record of landing in the first attempt or in the second attempt, many others have landed successfully or absolutely only in the third or the fourth attempt. Having said that, it was also not a failure, because on the last 12 kilometers you had some shortcomings which did not live up to your expectation. Actually, your expectation level was very high. You wanted to accomplish through that mission many things which possibly you could have kept off for the next mission, which did not happen. So it did not, the agenda envisaged by us could not get accomplished in its totality. So that was kind of a disappointment. But our lander is there, machine reached there, orbiter is still there. So it's just like that. You board a vehicle or a transport bus. It takes you to the destination. It reaches there, but there is a jhatka in the brake, as you sometimes find in the landing of the aircraft. So it's not a failure, but it fell short of the of our envisaged agenda, which now they have not only supplement, and that is with every case. Even if it was successful from our point of view, we would have still learned from it. Because even the successful mission gives you a hint about certain pitfalls, which you realize, okay, this went off well, but it should have not been like that. I could have done it this way. So every successive mission is an improvement of the earlier mission. And here you also had certain buffer components brought in, as Somanath ji is saying.
I will also request you to look at the tweets of our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. He has given tweets on Chandrayaan-1, what it brought out, what was accomplishment of Chandrayaan-1. He also brought out tweet on Chandrayaan-2, what was the scientific outcome, the accomplishment of Chandrayaan-2, and also hoped that Chandrayaan-3 will go well. Kindly look at his last 2 days of tweets. He has brought out it very well. Thank you.
But still, I would like to know from you, what were the thought process that made the choice of experiments that these instruments? Why these experiments?
No, that is an essential part of any mission. Experiments are
different experiments. I mean, you have a suite of experiments. Why did you choose these three?
See, experiments are chosen based on
the
scientific
requirement of the
objectives.
mission, yeah.
We have a scientific team headed by one of our former chairman who looks at it. And in beginning of Chandrayaan program, there was a scientific goal set. What you want to find out, what is unique that you can find out, what others have not done. And that is how we found out water on the moon on Chandrayaan-1. Because
in a way, not only is this mission comparatively better than many other missions by the other countries, also it is totally indigenous. And as we was mentioning, Chandrayaan-1, though they may have landed before us, but the discovery of water on the surface of the moon was brought by Chandrayaan-1. Now this is going to go one step further, more so because it's landing on the south polar area,
Correct.
where you have different kinds of craters and all. So it's just moving from one level to the other level.
see, yes.
We all know how the Prime Minister interested in this space visit. Did the Prime Minister speak to you guys after the successful launch?
Oh, no, he's abroad, he's tweeted, and
Is he going to be there on 23rd when the landing happens?
that will work out. But of course, I have no hesitation to say that all this has been possible also because there's a huge lot of individual indulgence by Prime Minister Modi. This whole ecosystem has developed because in the last 4-5 years, beginning from opening the space sector to the private players, then putting in place an interface called InSpace to deal with the private sector, to coordinate with the private sector, then putting up a PSU called New Space India Limited. So all this is an ecosystem which has supplemented the resources, both human resources as well as financial resources. Now the 140 odd startups, private startups who are working over here in collaboration with ISRO are also actually contributing, both human resource wise, because there's a huge lot of young talent happening there. So it's an ecosystem which has made this task easier. And that's also because the Prime Minister Modi has always been forthcoming as far as our experiments and missions are concerned.
One second. You have to use the mic, otherwise we can't hear.
No, I said congratulations to you and your team, but I'm a bit confused about this. Why did you not have a full-fledged orbit at this time? Is propulsion module, is spacecraft, and I'm a bit confused about it. And the second question is, what is the progress you have made on human spaceflight program?
Okay, we will limit to the Chandrayaan-3 today. Okay, on the orbiter I will answer. Orbiter is still there. Orbiter is orbital.
That is what we were saying in response to the earlier, what you said.
See, the orbiter had scientific experiments last time. This time it doesn't have scientific experiment, but we added one towards the last time. So it doesn't have a function of being in orbit and do any active function. That's why we don't call it orbiter. And it doesn't have a relay function as we have envisaged last time for communication. So our Chandrayaan-2 orbiter is going to do that function. So in view of this, there is no need of really an orbiter. We need only a propulsion module to reach up to the moon. Hence, there is a need of... So I believe your confusion on that topic is over.
The focus this time is on in situ experiments on the surface of Moon. And therefore, the agenda is set like that.
Agenda is yes, different.